Single dad delivered flowers to the wrong hotel room, the lonely billionaire married him. The moment Jack stumbled into room 1507 with an armful of roses meant for his daughter's dance teacher, he had no idea his life was about to change forever. Instead of Ms. Peterson, he found himself staring into the tear-stained eyes of Eliza Harrington, the notoriously private billionaire CEO who hadn't smiled in public since her family's tragic accident 3 years ago. If you've ever believed in fate's unexpected turns, this story might just restore your faith in second chances. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to see more incredible true-life romance stories that prove love finds us in the most unexpected places. Jack froze in the doorway, the bouquet of pink roses clutched awkwardly against his chest. This was definitely not Ms. Peterson's room. Instead, a woman sat on the edge of the king-sized bed, hastily wiping tears from her face. She wore an elegant black dress that probably cost more than his monthly rent, her dark hair falling in perfect waves around her shoulders. "I'm so sorry," Jack stammered. "Wrong room. I was looking for 1407. The woman straightened her posture, composing herself with practiced efficiency. "You're on the wrong floor entirely." Her voice was steady despite the evidence of tears. Jack nodded, backing toward the door. "Again, really sorry to intrude." He should have left immediately, but something about her expression made him hesitate. "Are you okay?" A flash of surprise crossed her face. "I'm fine." The standard response of someone who clearly wasn't. "It's just, those are nice flowers," she added, gesturing to the bouquet. Jack looked down at the roses. "They're for my daughter's dance teacher. Parent appreciation thing. But I'm running late and apparently can't read room numbers correctly." The hint of a smile touched her lips. "Your daughter dances ballet. She's 8 and completely obsessed. I'm Jack, by the way. Jack Mercer." "Eliza," she replied, deliberately omitting her last name. Jack didn't recognize her then. How could he? Single dads who worked as mechanics didn't typically follow the lives of corporate executives. He just saw a sad woman alone in a hotel room on what he later learned was the anniversary of the accident that took her husband and daughter. "Well, Eliza, I should get these to the right room." He hesitated again. "But whoever made you cry is an idiot." That unexpected comment drew a genuine laugh from her. It wasn't a person. Just memories. Jack nodded, understanding all too well. Those can be the worst critics. Something shifted in the air between them. Later, Eliza would tell him it was his complete lack of pretense that made her do something so uncharacteristic. "Your daughter's teacher can probably wait 5 more minutes," she said. "Would you like some ridiculously overpriced water from the minibar? I could use the company." Jack checked his watch. He was already late. "Sure. 5 minutes." 5 minutes turned into an hour. Jack called the dance studio to apologize, sending the flowers with a hotel staff member. He and Eliza talked about everything and nothing, his struggles raising 8-year-old Lily alone since his wife left them 3 years ago, the auto shop he'd built from nothing, Lily's passion for dance despite their tight budget. Eliza shared less, but listened more intently than anyone had in years. She didn't mention her empire or her wealth. She just told him about losing people she loved and how empty success felt without anyone to share it with. When Jack finally left, they exchanged numbers, something Eliza never did. He assumed she was just being polite. She assumed he'd never call once he inevitably Googled her name. But Jack didn't Google her. And 3 days later, when Lily came down with the flu and he had to cancel their planned coffee, he texted Eliza about the best chicken soup recipe he'd found online. She responded by sending actual homemade soup to his door, prepared by her personal chef. That's when Jack finally realized who she was. Eliza Harrington, CEO of Harrington Industries, worth billions and featured on the cover of every business magazine. He nearly didn't text her again, intimidated by the gulf between their worlds. But Lily loved the soup, and his mother had raised him to always express gratitude. So he sent a simple thank you message with a photo of Lily giving a thumbs up from her blanket fort on the couch. Eliza's response came immediately, "She has your smile." Their worlds couldn't have been more different. Jack worked with his hands, came home covered in grease, and clipped coupons for grocery shopping. Eliza ran board meetings, made billion-dollar decisions, and had people who handled every practical aspect of her life. Yet somehow, they fit. Eliza found herself driving to Jack's modest neighborhood after work, exchanging her designer clothes for borrowed sweatpants, helping Lily with homework while Jack cooked dinner. For the first time since losing her family, she felt present, not just existing. Jack worried constantly about what he could offer someone like Eliza. But when he expressed these doubts, she silenced them with a simple truth: "You and Lily make me feel like a person, not a portfolio." Their first public appearance together caused a media frenzy. Billionaire CEO's mystery man screamed the headlines, with paparazzi camping outside Jack's auto shop. Eliza offered to hire security, to move them to a gated community, to solve the problem with money as she'd been trained to do. Jack refused. "We'll weather it," he said. "That's what real people do." The real test came 6 months into their relationship when Eliza was offered a major acquisition opportunity in Tokyo. It would mean relocating for at least a year. Success would cement her legacy as one of the greatest business minds of her generation. She turned it down without telling Jack. When he discovered what she'd sacrificed, they had their first real fight. "I don't want to be the reason you give up what matters to you," he shouted. "You still don't get it," she responded, tears streaming down her face. "You and Lily are what matter to me now. The rest is just assets on a spreadsheet." That night, as they reconciled, Jack proposed with his grandmother's modest diamond ring. No elaborate planning, no perfect setting, just raw emotion and absolute certainty. "I can't give you much," he said, "but I can promise you'll never be lonely again." Eliza, who could buy small countries without blinking, looked at the simple ring like it was the most precious thing she'd ever seen. "That's the only thing money could never buy me," she whispered. They married in Jack's backyard 3 months later. Lily was the flower girl, scattering petals with scientific precision. Eliza's board members sat on folding chairs next to Jack's mechanic buddies. The financial press called it the wedding of the century, despite its simplicity, or perhaps because of it. 2 years later, they welcomed twins, a boy and girl who would grow up understanding both privilege and the value of hard work. Jack still runs his auto shop, though now it's expanded to provide vocational training for underprivileged youth. Eliza still runs her company, but now leaves the office by 5 most days. Their story reminds us that sometimes the wrong door leads exactly where we're meant to be. That wealth isn't measured in bank accounts but in moments of connection. That families aren't just born, sometimes they're created through beautiful accidents of timing and courage. If you've enjoyed this journey of unlikely love, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that remind us of life's unexpected gifts. Sometimes our greatest happiness arrives when we're completely lost, delivering flowers to the wrong room, finding exactly the right heart.